In my first year of teaching at Wergla University in 2009, and during the first days in my new job, I was excited, happy, and very confident about my ability to be up to any teaching challenges. In my excitement, I accepted to teach two modules, which were grammar and civilization, which were not really my specialty or which I had not taught before in my previous experience as a supply teacher at Boumerdès University. I expected that I would receive help and guidance from older, experienced teachers, but as days went by, I found myself fighting my way through with the sword of courage alone, and I nearly decided to quit. Being a young teacher at the university is quite a challenge for young men and women. In fact, the experience can be traumatizing and nightmarish to a great extent if there is no support, follow-up, and help from the part of more experienced teachers, and if there is no training in teaching methods. I had in the first year of teaching two promotions, one in the second year and another in the fourth year. With the second promotion, I had three modules, so I was considered a kind of maker or breaker of students' success in terms of general average and marks. I had 23 hours of teaching a week, while the normal hour load for a university teacher in Algeria is 9 hours, and I had 4 lectures and up to 7 TDs. My first lecture in the amphitheater that year was a nightmare. It was full, and although I spent all night preparing the lesson, I was afraid that I would forget everything because I didn't have any experience with teaching a large audience. My voice was shaking. Sometimes I made spelling mistakes. Others I did not know how to explain. Other times I didn't know what to say. I looked all the time at my notes, couldn't look at students straight in the eyes, and at other times I concentrated only on one side of the amphitheater and ignored the others. As TDs and lectures went by, I started to feel that I've become boring, as some students fell asleep during class, and others showed their disinterest by looking away or closing their copybooks and not taking notes. It seemed to me that no matter how hard I tried, nothing could make me feel that my students were satisfied. I felt guilt all the time. I also felt ashamed of myself. I couldn't, for example, tell other experienced teachers that I had problems in my teaching because I was terrified at the prospect that I would be mocked at or considered incompetent. And my worst horror was that students would complain about me to the administration or to teachers because I really thought I was not doing enough and not giving them the quality teaching they deserve. At one point, I nearly gave up teaching. Fortunately for me, that year, I participated in a teacher training program in Gijel, and it was an opportunity for me to express my classroom issues and worries, and the trainers gave me good advice about teaching methods, self-improvement, and confidence building. The first challenge that a young teacher has to face is his age. You are looked at with suspicion because it is clear that you are not experienced. Your age is close to that of your students. In my case, at that time, it was only 2 or 3 years apart when I started. And so you might feel that you are not taken seriously or not given the respect you deserve as a as a teacher. Students generally expect university teachers to be old, gray-haired, face wrinkled, suit and tie and glasses wearing, leather bag holding men and women, and the young man or woman wearing jeans, a jacket or a t-shirt and a backpack is generally looked down upon and in some cases mocked at. Moreover, in our country, in any field, to be young in a company or a job is not regarded as an advantage and is generally synonymous with incompetence. Our country is hard on its young people. Everyone expects you to be perfect in your job just because you have a university degree. In the absence of pre-service and in-service training, young people find themselves lost in the first years of their jobs because the disparity, the gap between what they learned at the university and the world of business and work is so big. Universities, unfortunately, do not prepare young people for professional life. But what I have realized is that young people and teachers in particular are more motivated and creative than older ones. To be close in terms of age to your students can be in fact turned to your and their advantage because being of the same generation, you can understand them better, know their needs and especially their interests better, and more importantly, you speak the same generational language. So you can talk to them better than old teachers do. Be confident. You can make it.